We tend to look at life's challenges as just random, chaotic events that happen to us. But what if that's not the whole story? What if every single struggle, every setback, is actually part of a deliberate construction project? Today, we're going to look at your life not as a series of accidents, but as a carefully designed structure. And you're the architect.
This right here, this is the idea that changes everything. I want you to really hold on to this statement as we go through this. It completely reframes difficulty. It's not a sign you're failing. It's a prerequisite for something bigger. It suggests that the weight you're feeling right now is directly proportional to the height you're actually destined to reach.
So things get really interesting when we stop treating that quote like it's just some nice, inspirational poetry and start looking at it like it's a fundamental law of construction, a structural law, just like gravity. And that shift in perspective, it takes us from just being inspired to becoming truly strategic.
And this slide just illustrates that law perfectly. I mean, you wouldn't build a little garden shed on the same foundation you'd use for a skyscraper, right? Of course not. A skyscraper needs a massive, deep, complicated foundation. So if your life feels like a really difficult, messy excavation right now, it's because you're not building a shed. You're building a skyscraper. The hardship is the foundation work. Okay, so if we're the architect, what are our tools? What's in our toolkit? Well, our blueprint is built on 3 core integrated systems. These are the systems we're going to use to design, power, and operate this whole magnificent structure of ourselves. Let's break them down.
First up is the foundation. This is our psychological blueprint. We design it using tools from NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is basically just the user manual for your own brain. Now, the key here is that an architect doesn't just mess around with surface-level behavior. No way. An architect works deeper, at the level of identity and mission. You have to ask, who must I become for this hard path to be necessary? From this point of view, you're not just suffering, you're uploading the capabilities you need for that new identity.
Next, we have our operating system, which we'll just call the interface. Think of it like the screen and keyboard for your mind. It's that boundary layer between your inner world and the reality outside. A really well-tuned interface lets you consciously filter out all the negative input that doesn't serve your project. And it lets you control your output, so there's zero lag between your intention and your action.
And finally, every building needs power. That's the energy plant, or as we call it, the Coherent Nexus. This is that sweet spot of absolute alignment where your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are all perfectly synced up. You know that incredible feeling of being in the zone? That's a coherent nexus. And when you're in that state, resistance doesn't stop you, it becomes fuel. Struggle literally transforms into flow.
This slide shows you exactly what that alignment looks like. It's when the head, that's our logic from NLP, is totally in sync with the heart, our emotion from the nexus, and the gut, our action through the interface. When these 3 are lined up, that's when you have real power. That feeling of being completely dialed in, that's just your systems running in perfect coherence.
All right, so we've got the theory and we understand the systems, but how do we actually apply this stuff? How do we make that shift from feeling like a victim of our circumstances to really becoming the architect of our reality? Well, that's where the systematic plan comes in.
The plan has 4 main phases. First is the site survey. You diagnose your challenges. But, and this is a big but, instead of calling it pain, you reframe it. You call it foundation pressure. See the difference? It's not a problem, it's the necessary weight for your skyscraper. After that, it's blueprint design, then structural alignment, and finally construction, where you build the daily habits to make it all stick.
So let's zoom in on phase 2, blueprint design. Here, we use this incredibly powerful NLP technique called the swish. As you can see, you literally take the image of your struggling self and you make it small and gray and fuzzy. Then you create this huge, vibrant, high-definition image of your super version. That's the you who has already succeeded. By rapidly swapping these images in your mind, you are literally reprogramming your brain to focus on the outcome, not the problem.
Theory is great, but experience is so much better. So right now, we are going to start our very first construction project together. We're going to calibrate your interface. This short, guided exercise is going to give you a tangible feeling of what it's like to actually be the architect. So if you can, find a quiet spot for a moment. Okay, ready? Get comfortable. Sit with your back straight, maybe close your eyes. First, I want you to imagine a transparent screen floating in front of you. This is your interface. Now, project that situation that feels heavy right now onto that screen. Just look at it for a second. Okay, now let's render your super version.
In the center of that screen, see the version of you who has already conquered this. Make that image huge, panoramic, full HD. Notice the strength in their posture, the calm confidence in their eyes. Now, let's activate the Nexus. Imagine a beam of pure light connecting that powerful super version on the screen directly to your heart. As you breathe in, feel yourself drawing that strength, that calm, right into your body. Good. And now, prepare to overwrite. You see the small, gray problem image, and you see the huge, radiant super version. We are about to swap them. Ready? I'm going to count down from 3. On 1, you're going to let that brilliant image explode forward and completely absorb the small one. Ready? 3, focus on that power. 2, feel the energy building in your heart. 1, bam, it's gone. There is only the super version now. You are inside of it, you are it. And now, the final, absolutely crucial step, we have to save our work. While you are feeling this powerful state, create a physical anchor. Make a tight fist or press your thumb and index finger together firmly. What you're doing is physically linking this powerful feeling to a unique physical trigger. This is how you hit save on the changes to your system.
As you hold that physical anchor, say this to yourself either out loud or just internally, but with absolute conviction. Built for more. Feel it. This is your new truth. Your system is now updated. So now, whenever you feel that old heaviness creeping in, you fire your anchor and your mind will recall this powerful state instantly.
So, let's bring this all back together. The most important point is this. You are in control. The hardship isn't a sign the building is weak, it's a sign of the sheer scale of what you're constructing. Your job isn't to complain about the process. Your job is to hold the blueprint.
And this is the ultimate takeaway. Just let this sink in for a second. You are not the building that feels like it's collapsing under pressure. You are the one holding the drawings. You're the one who sees the grand design, the one who knows that all this pressure is part of the plan. You are the architect. So I'll leave you with this one thought. You have the blueprint. You've just calibrated your tools. You are the architect. The only question left is, which first stone will you lay today?